Did you know that there's patterns and cycles that happen from past lives and are related to this life now? Hi, my name's Elizabeth Eleanor. I'm an intuitive empath, and I've been on a journey for 27 years of spiritual awakening as I've had this access to fifth dimension and to magic, to the beautiful things that are available to us when we really step into our light and fully accept our potential. So I did 7 years of past life regression training when I first spiritually woke up, and then became a facilitator and moved on to multidimensional healing and all sorts of things. Into what I now do is recoding, where we clear from the original source and collapse time some of the old vibrations, some of the old patterns that we've had from past lives, as well as generational history, our parents, some of the things that have happened in our DNA through that lineage, and also the conditioning, of course, from our own childhood and the things that have happened to us in this life. And it's really interesting because I'm doing 365 days on YouTube sharing some of the magic that I've experienced, and also some of my understanding and wisdom that sort of come through since I've been doing on this journey for so long. And it's really interesting because this is day 33, and when I started this video it was 3:33. So I think that this is going to be a powerful process and really some great valuable information coming through, and you're watching this for a particular reason, right? So I want to just share, if you are new to my channel and this is one of the first videos that you have watched, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when I'm doing another video. And if you've been watching and following my journey, I'd love to say hi and thank you for watching, and I hope you're getting some value out of some of the stuff that I'm sharing. So we have cycles and patterns, things that we want to learn and experience as a soul. And if we don't experience it the first time around, then we're going to have that same experience come up over and over again until we get the lesson, until we get the understanding, until we click with what it is that we're here to experience, what that learning was, what that experience was there for, why it was in our movie, and when we get it, then it shifts not only in this dimension as the little self, right? Like me as Elizabeth. But as I learn something, I'm actually expressing and dissolving that correction on multiple levels. So we are not just a limited being. We have multi-dimensional aspects to us. So, for example, imagine that I've actually physically had this experience where something happens to you at a particular time. So I had the experience, and this is before I was spiritually waking up, by the way. I was dabbling a little bit. I was just starting to, I think that it was meant to be for me to spiritually wake up, of course, but I had a little bit of interest. And I remember doing a general spiritual development course in the back of a shop once in my hometown, and I had forgotten about that process. I have to share that one because there's a fun meditation that happened, and I had this feeling. So I had this really strong feeling that for whatever reason I was not going to get past 21 years old, and I didn't know why. And I did this process with this woman in the meditation, in the spiritual development course, and she tapped into a past life where I hadn't told her about this feeling that I was going to pass before I was 21. She tapped into a past life where I was a Roman soldier and I had died in battle at 21 years old. And so those moments can be like, I call them illumination points. So they've got a little bit more essence to them. There's a little bit more weight or heaviness or palpable frequency to them that holds them apart from other parts. And so, you know, I know a woman that had an experience of wanting to pass, right? She wanted to leave the body physically, consciously. She wanted to make that decision to go by herself and be the person to make that decision. And it was really interesting because when we worked together, we recognized that there was a part of her that had that exact same time, the exact same moment, the exact same age on that Wednesday where she had made the decision and she'd acted on it and she took her life in a previous experience. And so those cycles come along and it's like the spiral staircase. So when you're having an experience, it's coming back at it, but in a whole different new level and opportunity. The scenario might be the same. The day might be even the same. The age might be the same, but you're coming at it from a new level of consciousness. And so our moments that are those moments where you feel stuck, those moments where you really feel like there's more than this, and you're just holding on to try and work out what they are, they're those moments where there's potentially a collapse of time, right? And there's a potential for so many different layers and levels to be experienced. And so they're those moments that it's really important for you to let go and move into the place where you're asking yourself to show you more light. Give yourself that permission to experience more of your light in your body. Ask yourself, go for a walk and start talking to yourself, asking yourself, show me the way, give me more strength, give me more light in this now moment. Help me to see and get past this situation. Give yourself permission to actually speak to yourself, speak to your higher self, and to move into a place where you're receiving that information, where you're allowing that to come through, that higher wisdom. And when it comes through, act on whatever the wisdom is that you're giving yourself. That's the most important part. Don't second guess it. Allow it to come through and just trust in it and have faith that you're talking to that higher part of yourself, because that's who you were. That was your intention and that was who you were talking to, right? So it's really important to recognize that there's these cycles and that there is no such thing as a past life, by the way. After doing 7 years of past life regression, I moved into a place of recognizing there is no past life because there's only the now moment and everything's happening right now. So a past life is happening in this very moment, somewhere in the cosmos, somewhere in a multi-dimensional aspect of ourselves. We are in many, many places all at the same time. As soon as you start thinking that we're an isolated being and there's only one part of us and we're in here, now you're in duality where you think that everything is separate. But we are way more than this body, and there's many different parts of ourselves that are doing different things at different times in different places. So it's really important to recognize that and to let that be and to experience that by just, surrendering and asking the light to show you more. So I hope you got some value out of that, and would love to hear from you in the comments below. Yeah. There's all my stuff, information in there. Jump into my website. There's information in there and some free resources, some meditations, and I will catch you on the other side. I'll see you tomorrow.